Such an important topic we are about to dive into as we welcome you back. You know, for some parents, teenagers, and of course this world that we live in can truly be a stressful nightmare.
Yeah, but for a lot of parents, they are just simply trying to help out their children navigate this ever-changing, very complicated world too, which begs the question if there's a right way and a wrong way to do it. So for some help, we called in one of the experts. So we welcome to the studio Dr. Lisa Damour. She's a psychologist and a best-selling author of the book, The Emotional Lives of Teenagers. Also from Shaker Heights, she has her own podcast. So welcome. Great to have you with us today.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm really glad to be with you.
Let's talk a little bit about some of the things that people are navigating with. Coming out of COVID was really tough for a lot of kids, and trying as parents to help them when they're home, but then have them be social and active and do those things. It just had to be so odd for parents to deal with, so many different things that are going on.
We have been through such a challenging time.
Yeah.
I've practiced for more than 25 years, cared for kids and families. I have never seen anything like what the pandemic was like for teenagers, and then also the adults who love them. And so that's really been the aim of my work, is to try to provide as much help to as many families as possible. And there's so much need and
Lisa,
so much
I think you
support
probably
needed.
throw in everything with social media too. Throw that on the list too, that it's something that struggle that we didn't have, our parents didn't have growing up. So now you have what had happened during COVID, and then you add the pressures and stress and misinformation and everything else in this maybe toxic world of social media. How do we support our kids through this? Because for some of us, it might not be easy to understand what they're going through.
Well, it's true. I mean, we know it's never been easy to be a teenager. We remember being teenagers. And then today's teenagers live through a global pandemic, are dealing with political divisiveness, feel more pressures than we certainly did, and are bathed in a digital environment. So there is a lot going on. So in terms of how we can be most helpful, I'm going to sum it up in 2 words that are easy to say and actually very hard to do as parents. We want to try to be a steady presence. With all the teenagers are having to manage, the more that we can be steady, available, empathic, interested, non-reactive, the more we can support them. So it sounds easy, but it's not so hard, not so easy to do. It can be challenging.
Yeah, you talked about this concept in one of your articles about being like an emotional trash can for your kids and letting them vent. You take it all in for them to relieve them of some of those pressures. But in order to do that, you have to have that connection with your kids and be able to talk to them, and they want to talk to you as well. So how do you navigate that, taking everything in, but also being able to have that connection with them?
Give them advice too along the way. Sometimes they don't want to hear that.
Sometimes they don't. So I will say, in terms of building a strong connection with your teenager, the number one thing parents can do is when teenagers come with their complaints, with their emotional garbage, we can offer empathy. Just start with empathy. Just saying, man, that stinks, or I'm so sorry to hear that, or I wish that hadn't happened. Do that first. Take a beat. For most teenagers, they're like, thank you. That's all I wanted. I'm good to go. And getting that will get them to come back. We often start with advice. We have great ideas.
So true.
And they usually reject the advice.
Because we want to fix their problems, right? Yeah.
And the advice may be great, but if we haven't offered empathy first, they're not going to want the advice. And usually empathy will do it, and then they might want the advice.
Both of my kids have said to me before, I just want you to listen. And that is so important. You're validating their feelings and listening to them. And I think the empathy is incredible. You have come across some startling, very scary statistics about kids with sadness and depression and even thoughts of suicide. Address that for us, because this is very real. And when we do these stories, and we know what's happening with kids and mental illness, depression, they feel locked up and lonely. When do you then also know when it's time to get help for you?
Start with when to worry, because there's normal ups and downs of being a teenager, and I think that's very hard sometimes to know, you know, am I looking at a terrible Wednesday or am I looking at a very real problem?
Sure.
So I want parents to be concerned. Obviously, if a teenager mentions not wanting to keep themselves safe, thinking about harming themselves, anything along those lines. I also want parents to watch out for what I call costly coping. So a teenager may be having an upset moment, but they're handling it, they're managing it in a way that will be problematic. They're smoking marijuana, they're being horrible to the people around them. We expect teenagers to have hard days, they always will. But we want to see them handling it in a way that works for them, that, you know, they go for a run, or they talk to somebody, or they listen to music that helps them feel better. So costly coping, and then, of course, any questions about safety. That's when I want adults to be making a call and getting more help.
That's great.
You have a book out as the emotional. What's the title of the book again? Here it is, right there.
The Emotional Lives of Teenagers.
And obviously, we'd love to spend an hour to talk about
I
some.
know, I
There's
wish
some
we had
great
more
things.
time.
The good news is that you can still talk to Dr. Lisa as well, and the podcast is called.
So I have a podcast called Ask Lisa,
Yeah.
The Psychology of Parenting, which I do with a fantastic colleague, Rena Ninen. We take parenting questions every week. Parents can send questions into us and we unpack them week by week. The one that came out this morning is, how do I combat my kids' perfectionism? And last week we were talking about helping when teenage boys are using slurs when they're with their friends. So we really just try to meet parents just where they are, answering the questions that they have.
And sometimes it may be just that one question that they need to give them a little direction. And both of those topics really affect all parents with teenagers right now at this point.
Wonderful.
And it's called Ask Lisa, and it's free.
It is free.
Which
It
is
is
the best part
downloadable
about it.
anywhere you get podcasts. And I think today was our 135th episode.
Wow.
So there are answers to 135 questions available
How
to
can people
parents.
get a question to you?
So we have a website, an email address,
Okay.
asklisa@drlisadamore.com. We also name it every time in the podcast.
Great.
So if people have
Great.
questions, they can send them in and we'll try to answer them.
Tune in and great books. Thank you for doing this. You're raising teenagers too.
Yep.
You know firsthand the problem. It's great to hear from experts who are living and going through it. And you certainly are too.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All
Thank
great
you.
advice.
Talk to you soon. Yeah, come back,
You
please.
got it. Yes.